Welcome, guys. I'm sitting here with Brett Mask from Dcntrlyz, and he's going to take us through the ins and outs of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Welcome, Brett.
Cool, thanks, Devin. So myself and my brother run a company called Dcntrlyz, Dcntrlyz.com. Essentially, we're an education company. We teach people how to become confident cryptocurrency investors. So to go from a complete novice to a confident investor. And once you've done that course, we can really take you down the crypto rabbit hole. And then we do masterclasses where we will take people through live, immersive, interactive workshops on exactly how to get involved in Web3, how to use wallets, how to use decentralized platforms, and then even so far as trading cryptocurrencies, trading assets, but more so just becoming familiar with charting. And really using our 7 years of experience as cryptocurrency investors to give people a 7-year head start on their investment journey.
So, Brett, tell me, how long have you been involved in the crypto industry?
So, Devin, I made my first investment in Bitcoin in June 2016. I'd been to a seminar in April of 2016, was introduced to Bitcoin and some online opportunities. And in June 2016, I had just sold a property. So before my crypto career, I was in construction. I'd sold a property and I opened up a local South African crypto exchange account and I bought my first Bitcoin. And I actually bought 50 Bitcoins in 2016 for 10,000 Rand a piece. So in 2016, I was the owner of 50 Bitcoins. And that was the start of, I'd like to say, an amazing journey. It's been a journey, more like a roller coaster, if I want to put it that way. But here we are now almost 7 years later, and I am still a full-time Bitcoin and cryptocurrency investor, now doing education. So yeah.
For those that are watching, Bitcoin at that time when you purchased was 10,000 Rand per coin. How much would a single coin be worth now if a person had to purchase?
Yeah, so first of all, Bitcoin is a financial asset, I think, just like a lot of other financial assets. The difference with Bitcoin is that there is a lot of technology around it. But really, just to come back and answer your question, so 2016, I paid $600 or 10,000 Rand a Bitcoin. By the end of November 2021, Bitcoin had hit $69,000 and about 1.1 million Rand. So, I mean, that's an increase of approximately 10,000%. Unfortunately, banking those gains is easier said than done. But just to show that it is a brand new asset class, still with incredible opportunities, and an asset class that has way outgrown any other assets. Bitcoin has been the fastest growing asset in history. And even as we speak today, as I said to you, not just a financial asset, but a technology. And blockchain and cryptocurrency technology is growing at twice the speed of the internet. And it is the fastest adoption of any technology in human history.
So tell me a bit about your experience within crypto.
So Devin, that has, as I said to you, has been an incredible ride. Let's put it that way. So as I said to you, bought cryptocurrency in 2016. At that time, the people who had introduced me to Bitcoin were marketing an online opportunity, which at that time included Bitcoin mining. So Bitcoin mining is not what you would think. It's not digging Bitcoins out of the ground. It's actually a process known as mining because it actually is the running of the Bitcoin software on various specialized computers. In those days, and in the early days of Bitcoin, you could literally run the Bitcoin blockchain software on your laptop and actually acquire Bitcoins through that process. When I got into it, it had already sort of established itself a little bit more, and that there were already sort of big, almost industry-size mining farms, as we'd like to call them, which essentially are just big data centers, often housing the specialized computer machinery known as miners. And essentially, it's just a GPU. It's really just a computer processor, but these ones are specifically designed to just run the Bitcoin algorithm. And At that stage, 2016, it was still incredibly new. So, still very, very speculative in those days. I think in those days, when I told friends that we'd invest in Bitcoin, they looked at me like I was mad. Sometimes when I look back, I think to myself, I was mad putting into it. But I started understanding the technology. It led me to really start looking at the current money system. And when I started delving deeper into how our current financial system works, it started making a lot of sense about why something like Bitcoin would be useful and why we could possibly see it as becoming a new, form of finance. So I think more importantly was the education. Myself and my brother, we like to refer to it as going down the rabbit hole. And as you start going down the rabbit hole, you realize it's incredibly deep. And the more you learn, the more there is to learn. So again, getting back to that journey of mine, got involved, bought the Bitcoins. At that stage, we were involved in a company that was doing offshore mining. So all the mining facilities that we were able to invest in were situated offshore. A couple of the mining facilities were in Iceland, another one in the United States, just outside of Seattle. So again, at that stage, we were still very new in the business. We understood the concept of now sort of buying Bitcoin. At that stage, because we had the opportunity to actually mine Bitcoin, and we were convinced between ourselves and the people that had referred us into the project that mining Bitcoin was a better investment than actually just owning it. And I think in that stage, nobody really knew. None of us had been through any of the sort of market cycles that we've now been through, almost 7 years later. But if you look at what your money earns in the bank, I mean, in South Africa now, probably where current interest rates are, I suppose anything from 5 to 12% a year, where we were actually earning on our actual rand value through the mining facility approximately 8% a month. So, the minute you hear 8% a month and you start putting the calculations together, your brain starts working overtime and you start looking at, 8% compounded monthly over a period of 5 years could take you to, financial freedom, which I think is the holy grail of what everybody's after, a passive income that can take you to financial freedom. So unfortunately, investing and achieving financial success is never as easy as it sounds. And particularly with us being in a very new speculative market, being in companies that, we understood there was a real company, but not always understanding, the risks involved. I ended up putting the majority of those 50 Bitcoins into that mining company. Essentially, the investment was actually investing in mining equipment, which, as I said to you earlier, is literally just specialized mining equipment or specialized computer equipment that literally just runs the Bitcoin algorithm. And through running that Bitcoin algorithm, that is how new Bitcoins are generated and pushed into the system, and you earn a share of the new Bitcoins that come out. Between June 2016, by the end of December 2017, I was a millionaire. And I still like to refer to it as the accidental millionaire, because myself and my brother, we literally became millionaires by just investing in Bitcoin. So once again, I think millionaire has a lot of different sort of meanings. We were millionaires on paper. Yeah. We saw our account balance growing. We, even in 2017, saw Bitcoin go from $1,000 at the beginning of 2017 to, by the middle of April, was sitting at about $4,000. So already we'd now made returns that were just unheard of in the traditional financial world. And literally by the end of 2017, Bitcoin had gone from $1,000 to $19,000, and literally went from $10,000 to $19,000 in the space of about 2 weeks. So I think, like everybody, the new money goes to your head. We thought we knew everything. We were cowboys. We thought we've got this industry under wraps. We had a portion of our money sitting in Bitcoin on a local South African exchange, and we had a much larger portion of our money now invested in mining equipment. So essentially we had our own database or data center of specialized mining equipment that was mining Bitcoin for us. And I still remember clearly December 2017 when Bitcoin had hit these spectacular highs. Now all of my friends wanted in, so I was helping them open up accounts. We were buying all sorts of excuse my language, we like to call them shit coins at that stage, because cryptocurrency now is made up of almost, depending on which sites you use, anything from 13,000 to 26,000 different cryptocurrencies, of which I'm guessing 98% of them are absolute, what we call shit coins, probably going to go to zero. So that was one of the hard lessons we had to learn. So to go back to where we were millionaires by the end of 2017. We thought this bull market's never going to end, and by literally 3 months later, we'd given the majority of the money back to the market because we were in a market cycle, which we only realized later. But Bitcoin went through its cycle, went back down, and I think went back down from a low of 19,000 down to $3,000.